Spencer. I'm the curator at Tidal Artist Haven, and I'm here with Kree Arvanitas to talk about her pieces in the Odyssey Below the Tides show. Kree, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I've been painting for about 10 to 12 years, sort of professionally, although I've been drawing and illustrating all my life. And I was encouraged to kind of jump into the game by my uncle, Nick Nichols, who was a painter. That's about all I have to say about my painting career.
The pieces that are in our show that are behind us, we've got the 10 jihadi dolphins and the octopi hazmat team. Can you tell us a little bit about your process for coming up with those works?
Sure.
And working on that?
Sure. Well, a lot of my painting inspiration comes from frustration or politics or things that are affecting me in my daily life, and I get inspired sometimes in a quirky way. The 10 jihadi dolphins came out of my concern for the great plastic floating things in the ocean, and it's kind of based on ancient Greek. The Palace of Minos has a beautiful dolphin mural, and I'm inspired by a lot of ancient Greek things because I go to Greece a lot because my grandfather came from there. So I was also had been reading about dolphins being strapped with bombs and sent on bombing missions, which really horrified me. And I thought, well, what's there to stop a dolphin from deciding to turn around and go blow up something else? So,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of garbage ships in the Mediterranean and all over the world, really, that just dump their refuse in the water. So that's where the origins of my 10 jihadi dolphins came from, and they are on a mission, cruising through the water looking for polluters, and there's a lot of garbage in the painting. And when I was working on it, it took me about 6 weeks to paint it. It's a mixed media acrylic on paper, and I had a lot of friends coming over, and I'd say, name something garbagey. And so that's where I have 44 different items in the water, and it's fun to watch people go through the list and pick out, oh, there's the Texas license plate, there's the flip-flop, there's the AOL disc.
Remember those?
Yeah. So that's basically the origins of that. And then when I finished it, I felt like I needed to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
I also have kind of a perverse sense of humor, which people don't always find.
I do really appreciate that about your work.
For example, there is a stock puppet character in Greek culture called Karagiozis, and he's sort of a rebel, and he's sort of a kind of a do-nothing, but he always manages to get the best out of a situation. So one of my favorite pieces was a piece that I did where I used the Karagiozzi theme, and I had him with a big bottle of ouzo blowing up the World Bank. So, and a lot of the Greek feedback I got from that was people thought that was hysterical because they were victimized
absolutely.
by the World Bank. So,
Yeah.
So a lot of my work is decorative and pretty, but I managed to kind of meld the two things together because a lot of my artwork is based on patterns and things that I learned as I've been doing henna body art for 22 years. So some of that comes through in my artwork, which sometimes I use henna as a tool and sometimes it's a focus of my paintings, but not in these two particular paintings that we're looking at now.
That's really wonderful. I really appreciate both the political nature of your work and the way that it evokes something more than just politics. It's getting into the root of some of the issues that we face as humans.
Yes.
So where can we see your work next?
Well, in Seattle area, I do show my work at a few different galleries around town, and you can find my artwork on rebeldogstudio.com.
With no S.
No
Singular.
S. Singular, Rebel Dog. I only have one studio. rebeldogstudio.com. And on my website, you can actually order prints.
So we have prints of both of these two pieces up on your website?
It's set up so that you can pick any one of my art pieces because it's through Color One Studios and Color One Photo. They photograph all my artwork, so they have a library of all my
perfect.
artwork, so they can create prints from
Excellent.
my work. I also show fairly frequently at A&T Gallery at Seattle Center, and I'm a member of COCA, Center on Contemporary Art. So,
Yay, Coca!
I usually have a piece in the annual member show. This year, I did another octopi piece, and it is for the Explore, the Linwood Parks and Recreation. I was one of 10 or 12 artists that created these large eggs, and they are to be seen at the Linwood Parks and Recreation through the end of May, I believe, at which
Excellent.
time they're going to be auctioning the eggs off for charity.
Awesome. And these two pieces behind us are also for sale. You can find out more about that on titleartisthaven.org.